So Jimmie, one of the things that I love to do on our show, we have the fans that want to know the stuff that nobody knows. So everybody knows you've won multiple races. They know you've won multiple championships. They know you're one of the all-time greatest, but what don't they know about Jimmie Johnson? I know you're always in the limelight, but what's the things that they don't know about you?
I don't know. With social media today, obviously, you're able to post so much and let people see that other side of life. And just from a starting point, I was pretty reluctant to get into the whole social media thing when it first started, just because I saw some posts on chat rooms and stuff when that first started, and I was like, man, I don't like what people say about me or my then girlfriend, which ended up being my wife, and all this stuff. So I was a late adapter, but it's been a great outlet for me to fill in that space between the interviews at track. I love to be outside, and over the years I've developed this huge passion for the mountains. I grew up close to the beach, thought I was a beach guy, and certainly still have a fondness for the beach, but the mountains and being outside's really been a big part of the last probably 5 to 7 years of my life.
You have this title of being one of the all-time greatest and will forever be. And anytime I meet people, when I ask them about you, they're like, he's just so nice and he's humble, which are great things. Is that just who you are, or is that just like one of the qualities that you have? How do you stay true to being humble?
Definitely who I am, and I'm glad that it's that and people have that opinion of me. But I think it's the way I was raised and my family environment and the way my parents expected me to behave and talk and treat other people. Certainly my personality plays a role in it as well, and I've kind of evolved into that person. But I'd much rather, I don't know, there's an energy and an experience with people, and I'd much rather have that positive one than a negative one.
So let's get into all these long-term relationships that you have with racing. You've been at Hendrick forever, you've been with Chad forever, Lowe's is forever. We'll start with just being at Hendrick, taking it back to 2002. When you reflect on your career, does it seem like you've been here that long?
It's felt like a while, but the amount of years, I've lost track of them, and it's mind-blowing to see how many years it's been. And I really look back to my involvement with Hendrick Motorsports, starting with Ricky Hendrick and the friendship that I had with him that started in the late 90s. So I couldn't believe that Jeff Gordon and Rick picked me to drive the 48 car, and then it really was because of Ricky's persistence and asking his dad to pay attention and watch, and also he was doing the same thing to Jeff. But yeah, time has flown by. I look around and I see people that have been here that whole duration with me, and then obviously a lot of new faces since, but it's been a crazy ride, and this has been family. These long-term relationships I've had really frame in this family environment that I think I thrive in.
You mentioned Ricky, and obviously his name in this household is just so valuable. And just with your roots, what did Ricky see in you? You were the off-road guy and just had kind of a non-traditional racing route. What did Ricky see in you?
I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I didn't have these. I didn't have a series of race wins and all this success to stand out. But I had this real relationship and friendship with Ricky, and I think he knew how bad I wanted it. He knew how hard I worked to get where I was, and that probably was most of it. And he felt like if I got in the right equipment, that I would have a chance to shine.